decided we were going to go to Whipporwill and drive down the road, because there was a rumor that if you drive down the road at a late time at night, a truck will chase you with its high beams on and chase you down the road. So we were like, alright, let's try to get scared. We go to Whipporwill and we start down the road, and it's this like forested road with crazy trees. There's no pavement, it's just dirt. And all of a sudden we see these lights in the background, and it's like, oh, okay, somebody's following us. And no, they're high beams. And then the car, it's pulling up really, really fast. And all of a sudden it's on our tail, and it's this giant truck. So we start speeding down the road and speeding. We turn into this like little corner area on the road, and the truck just goes away. It goes away so fast, crazy. And then Pat asks us, who wants to get out of the car with me and go search in the woods and see what we can find? Nobody's raising their hands, and I was like, I might as well go. This other car comes down the road and pulls right up behind the car. And Pat jumps back in the car, and I go to get in the car. And I'm doing this, and the door's not opening. And I just accept my death, because the KKK or witches are just gonna slit my throat, and that's it. Turns out it was a Marlboro police officer, which is strange because Whipporwill is in Middletown, and Marlboro is like 45 minutes away. And they say, you can't be here, this is private property, but it's not. The road isn't, at least. And I just remember getting back in the car and we were like, yeah, we will, officer. And I just remember we were on the way back, and we were like, why was there a Marlboro police officer there and telling us to leave? Like, this is super strange. There's something hiding, right?
Our world is filled with mysteries. They spark curiosity, and sometimes they even incite fear. Today, we are going to explore some local mysteries: Whipporwill Valley and Cooper Road, two isolated rural roads located in Middletown, New Jersey, which have become legendary over the years due to the large number of strange occurrences associated with the area. These alleged occurrences include ghosts, dangerous wild animals, cultists, the Ku Klux Klan, witches, and even the devil himself. While we may not know for sure how much of this is myth, we do know for a fact that there has been some unsettling occurrences in the area. This is the Whipporwill Chronicles. So what exactly makes this place the epicenter of such strange events? Is it possible that this place could be some sort of portal or gateway for the demonic? Unfortunately, we do not know the answers for sure, and it is highly unlikely that we will be able to uncover anything substantial or conclusive from this documentary. Our goal with this film is to document our own first-hand experiences, as well as those of others, and make our own observations on Whipporwill Valley and Cooper Road.
So it was the fall of my senior year of high school, and a couple buddies of mine and I loaded up in his Jeep, and we drove to Whipporwill. We all get out of the car, and we all rolled the windows down. And we kind of just took in the atmosphere. I mean, there's, at night you can't really see much. It's very dark, and you can look up at the sky and see the sky, but you just see the trees kind of hanging over like that. So it's a pretty eerie place. We were there for about 20 minutes, and we all got back in the car, still had the windows down, and we backed up. We went in reverse, and we kind of approached this clearing, and we could see in the distance there was a barn, and just the hills, and it was deathly silent. We didn't get out of the car at this point, but then all of a sudden we hear the heavy engine of what sounded like a truck, and we were in the car, and we were kind of looking around trying to figure out where it was, and all of a sudden the lights just go on right behind us. We tried to get out, but we were blocked in, so this guy in this truck just kind of approaches right up behind us, so we can't get out. And so a buddy of mine starts kind of like taunting him and calling him names and stuff, and finally gets out of the car, and he goes up to the truck, and the windows are kind of tinted, so you couldn't really see inside, but he told me that he was starting to talk to him and be like, listen, can you let us out, we'll go, not a problem. And all he could see was the guy just smile, this really like menacing, creepy smile, and that's when he ran back into the car, and he started the car, and he was trying to get out, but we couldn't. We waited there for what seemed like an hour, but it was probably only 10 minutes. And finally, the guy just backed up, turned his lights off, and just went up the road. And so finally, we waited a few seconds to be like, all right, well, what's the deal? And so we finally start driving down. We go over the bumps, which are supposedly the 7 witches. And all of a sudden, he comes screaming down the road in his car, honking the horn, and he starts chasing us. And I mean, we're going what seemed like 100 miles an hour down this windy road, and we almost crashed at one point. And finally, we reached the highway, or the main road, and he keeps chasing us down for another 10 minutes until we're back in Rumson at that point. So it was a pretty scary experience. I think of that pretty often. And yeah.
Despite our efforts, we were unable to find anything conclusive or of note on our drive through Whipporwill Valley and Cooper Road. While the roads themselves, especially the small dirt roads enclosed between the trees and the woods, gave unsettling vibes and a sense of isolation, we found no real evidence of any supernatural or suspicious activity. That is not to debunk or deny any strange occurrences in the area, but to merely make the observation. Perhaps this place requires further examination, or perhaps there truly is nothing supernatural about these roads, and they obtain their creepy status based on appearance, location, and legend alone. Perhaps what prevents us from discovery is the fear to explore, and perhaps, if my group was more enthusiastic about exploring, we would have found something, though I doubt it. To us, this place remains an enigma. This is the Whipporwill Chronicles.
I met this 6-year-old child with this blank, pale, emotionless face, the blackest eyes, the devil eyes. I spent 8 years trying to reach him, and then another 7 trying to keep him locked up because I realized that what was living behind that boy's eyes was pure evil.
Turns out it was a Marlboro. I can't even say it.